A sharp pain exploded inside Shen Yu's head the moment she opened her eyes. She gasped softly and sat up. An old wooden ceiling entered her vision. The faint smell of herbs lingered in the air. Shen Yue froze. "Where am I?" she muttered in confusion. Her voice sounded unfamiliar. The last thing she remembered was reading a cultivation novel late at night before falling asleep. Heavenly Senses. A cliché cultivation story about the pure heroine Bai Lianhua and the terrifying demon sect master Luo Xinghe. Shen Yue slowly sat up before stumbling toward the bronze mirror near the wall. And the moment she saw the reflection, her entire body froze. Long black hair, pale skin, beautiful eyes, and a small red mark beneath the left eye. Her breathing immediately became unstable. No way! She knew this face, because she had cursed this character countless times while reading the novel. Shen Yue, the cannon fodder villainess from Heavenly Senses. A jealous senior sister who constantly bullied the heroine Bai Lianhua. And later, died horribly. Shen Yue still remembered the scene clearly. After Luo Xinghe fell in love with Bai Lianhua, he destroyed everyone who ever hurt her. Especially Shen Yue. He shattered her meridians personally, crushed her bones, then threw her alive into the abyss of 10,000 demons. Just remembering that scene made Shen Yu's scalp tingle. "This is insane," she whispered, "out of all characters. Why did she transmigrate into this one?" Suddenly, memories flooded her mind. Current timeline. Bai Lianhua and Luo Xinghe had not met yet. The main plot had not started. Shen Yue had only begun bullying Bai Lianhua recently, which meant she could still survive. Shen Yue immediately raised 3 fingers seriously. "Rule number 1, she muttered. "Stay away from Bai Lianhua. Rule number 2, never bully Bai Lianhua again." Then finally, her expression turned grave. "Rule number 3, never meet Luo Xinghe." That terrifying man was the biggest death flag in the novel. As long as Shen Yue avoided him, she might survive this story. Suddenly, the door slammed open. "Shen Yue, hurry up!" Lin Ro shouted impatiently. Shen Yue immediately recognized her. One of the original Shen Yue's followers, and fellow bully of Bai Lianhua. "The training assessment is starting," Lin Ro continued while sneering. "Aren't you going to humiliate Bai Lianhua again?" Shen Yue almost choked. "Again?" "No," Shen Yue answered instantly. Lin Ro blinked. "What?" "I said no." Shen Yue calmly walked past her. Lin Ro looked completely stunned, because normally, Shen Yue loved bullying Bai Lianhua the most. The training hall was crowded with disciples. At the center stood a young girl dressed in white robes, beautiful, gentle, fragile, Bai Lianhua, the heroine. Several disciples mocked her after she failed controlling spiritual energy. "Useless. She's too weak. She doesn't belong here." In the original story, this was where Shen Yue publicly humiliated Bai Lianhua. But now, Shen Yue immediately walked toward the opposite side of the hall, far away from the heroine, far away from the plot, far away from death. Lin Ro stared blankly. "You're really not doing anything?" "Too lazy," Shen Yue answered casually. Bai Lianhua herself looked surprised, for the first time. Her cruel senior sister ignored her completely, and somehow, that felt even stranger. The next morning, all outer disciples were ordered into Black Mist Forest to gather herbs. The moment Shen Yue heard those words, her face immediately changed. Because in the original novel, this was where Bai Lianhua first met Luo Xinghe, which eventually led to Shen Yue's tragic deed. "I just need to avoid the heroine," Shen Yue muttered while walking deeper into the forest. "Easy, simple, no trouble." Unfortunately, fate clearly hated her. A strong scent of blood suddenly reached her nose. Shen Yue stopped immediately. Her instincts screamed danger. But after hesitating briefly, she slowly followed the scent. Then she froze. A man lay beneath a massive tree. Black robes soaked in blood, long black hair scattered across the ground. Terrifying pressure surrounded him even while injured. Shen Yue unconsciously stepped backward. Who was this man? Before she could leave, a cold hand suddenly grabbed her wrist. Shen Yue stiffened instantly. The man slowly opened his eyes. Dark crimson eyes locked onto hers, cold, sharp, dominating. "Treat my injuries," the man ordered hoarsely, even half dead. His tone still sounded like a command. Shen Yue stared at him speechlessly. Who was this arrogant bastard? "You're ordering me around while dying?" Shen Yue asked in disbelief. The man ignored her complaint. "You know medicine," he stated calmly. Not a question. A fact. Shen Yue frowned. This man felt terrifying. Not because of violence, but because even in this condition he still carried the aura of someone above everyone else. She should leave immediately, but looking at the amount of blood beneath him, Shen Yue sighed heavily. "If I leave someone injured alone like this," she muttered quietly, "it'll keep bothering me." The man silently watched her, and for the first time in years, someone approached him without fear, greed, or worship. Interesting. Shen Yue stared at the injured man for a long moment. Everything about him screamed danger. The overwhelming pressure around his body, the coldness in his crimson eyes. Even injured, he still carried the aura of someone used to standing above others. Predators were always the most dangerous when wounded. "You should thank me instead of ordering me around," Shen Yue muttered while trying to pull her wrist away. The man loosened his grip slightly, but his eyes never left her face. "Will you save me or not?" he asked calmly. His voice remained cold and steady, as if he had already decided she would obey him. Shen Yue almost laughed from disbelief. This man was unbelievable. "You really have a terrible personality," she complained. The man remained expressionless. In the end, Shen Yue sighed heavily. "If I leave someone injured alone like this," she muttered quietly, "it'll keep bothering me." The man silently watched her. For some reason, that answer felt strangely unfamiliar to him. Bringing him back to the abandoned hut was harder than Shen Yue expected. The man was tall and heavy. Several times, Shen Yue nearly lost balance while supporting him. "You're seriously too heavy," Shen Yue grumbled. "You complain too much," the man replied calmly. Shen Yue nearly exploded. Who was this arrogant bastard? Half dead and still talking like this? After finally reaching the hut, Shen Yue immediately pushed him onto the wooden bed. "Don't move," she warned. The man simply leaned back while watching her. Shen Yue carefully removed the torn fabric around his shoulder wound. Then her expression changed slightly. Scars. His body was covered in countless scars. Sword wounds, burn marks. Old injuries layered over newer ones. As if his entire life had been built through bloodshed. "Just what kind of life did you live?" Shen Yue muttered unconsciously. The man remained silent. His crimson eyes quietly followed her movements. Shen Yue began grinding herbs before applying medicine to his wounds. The moment the herbs touched his skin, his brows furrowed slightly. "That hurts?" Shen Yue asked. "No," the man answered calmly. "You're obviously lying," Shen Yue replied while narrowing her eyes. Silence. Then unexpectedly, the corner of the man's lips lifted slightly. A very faint smile. "Dangerous. Beautiful." Shen Yue immediately looked away. No wonder this guy felt troublesome. Even smiling made him look dangerous. That night, rain poured heavily outside the hut. Shen Yue sat beside the fire while preparing medicine. Meanwhile, the man quietly observed her. "You still haven't told me your name," Shen Yue said casually. The man remained silent briefly. "Xing, fake." Obviously fake. But Shen Yue did not care enough to question him. "Well then, Xing," she said while crossing her arms. "Once you recover, leave immediately." "Why?" he asked calmly. "Because people like you attract trouble." The hut became silent. Then suddenly, the man laughed softly, low, cold, yet strangely pleasant to hear. Shen Yue stared blankly. This was the first genuine reaction she had seen from him. and somehow, that made him feel even more dangerous. The next few days passed quietly. Every evening, Shen Yue secretly visited the abandoned hut with food and medicine. And every evening, Xing waited for her, though he never admitted it. "You're late," he said calmly one night. Shen Yue immediately frowned. "I still brought medicine, didn't I?" "You were later than usual." Shen Yue stared at him speechlessly. Why did that sound like accusation? She placed the medicine bowl onto the table roughly. "Drink." Xing glanced at the dark herbal liquid. His expression visibly darkened. Shen Yue narrowed her eyes suspiciously. "You hate bitter medicine?" Silence. That silence alone answered everything. Shen Yue almost burst out laughing. "You're unbelievable," she muttered. Even seriously injured, this man still acted difficult over medicine. After a while, Shen Yue sighed before placing several dried sweet fruits beside him. "Eat these afterward," she said casually. Xing's gaze slowly shifted toward her. A strange emotion flickered through his crimson eyes. No one had ever cared about something this small for him before. Not once. Meanwhile, back inside Kinglin's sect, rumors about Shen Yue slowly spread among disciples. Senior Sister Shen Yue disappears every night lately. Maybe she's secretly meeting someone. Lin Ro immediately sneered after hearing the rumors. "I knew she was hiding something." Several disciples nodded in agreement. Shen Yu's sudden personality change already felt strange enough. Now she kept leaving the sect every night. Naturally, people became suspicious. That same night, Shen Yue arrived at the hut carrying fresh medicine. But the moment she entered, she sensed something different. The atmosphere felt colder, sharper, more dangerous. Xing stood near the window silently. Moonlight illuminated his face beautifully. For the first time, Shen Yue truly realized how terrifyingly handsome he was. "What?" Xing asked calmly after noticing her staring. Shen Yue immediately looked away. "Nothing." Xing quietly observed her reaction. He walked toward her, step by step. The pressure surrounding him instantly filled the small hut. Shen Yue unconsciously stepped backward. Too close. He was standing far too close now. His crimson eyes calmly locked onto hers. "You're afraid of me," Xing stated quietly. Obviously, Shen Yue answered honestly. Silence filled the hut. "But you still keep coming back," Xing said softly. Shen Yue lowered her gaze briefly. "If I left an injured person alone to die like that," she answered quietly, "it would keep bothering me." Her answer sounded simple, honest, without hidden motives. For a long moment, Xing said nothing. But something inside his dark eyes slowly deepened, for the first time in years. Someone looked at him without fear, greed, or worship, and somehow, that warmth felt dangerously addictive. Several more days passed. Xing's injuries gradually healed, which meant he would leave soon. Shen Yue should have felt relieved. Instead, the abandoned hut strangely felt quieter than before. "You're mostly healed now," Shen Yue said while changing the bandages around his arm. Xing lowered his gaze toward her hands. Small, warm, careful. Then suddenly, "You want me gone?" he asked calmly. "Yes," Shen Yue answered honestly, too honestly. Xing narrowed his eyes slightly. Shen Yue immediately realized her mistake. "I mean, I just don't want trouble." Xing slowly stood up. The overwhelming pressure around him instantly returned, more terrifying than before. Because now he was no longer weak. "You regret saving me?" he asked quietly. Shen Yue quickly shook her head. "No." That answer made Xing pause slightly. Shen Yue hesitated before continuing. "You're dangerous," she admitted honestly. Silence filled the room. Enji reached out and touched a strand of her hair gently. Shen Yue froze instantly. His fingers were cold. But his gaze felt far more dangerous. "You're smart," he said softly. Shen Yu's heartbeat suddenly became unstable. Because for some reason, the way he looked at her now felt wrong. Too intense. Too focused. like a predator slowly becoming interested in something. The next morning, Xing disappeared. No goodbye. No explanation. Only silence remained inside the hut. Shen Yue immediately released a relieved sigh. Finally. Trouble had finally left. Now she could return to peaceful days again. Unfortunately, fate clearly enjoyed mocking her. Because 3 days later, the entire Kingland sect fell into chaos. The demon sect master has arrived. Luo Xinghe is here. Shen Yu's blood instantly ran cold. No way. Disciples hurried toward the main hall in panic. And the moment Shen Yue entered, her entire body froze. Long black hair, cold crimson eyes, terrifying pressure. It was him, Xing, no. Luo Xinghe, the demon sect master. The future monster who was supposed to kill her. Shen Yu's mind went completely blank. And then, Luo Xinghe slowly lifted his gaze. Before locking eyes with her directly, the corner of his lips lifted faintly. A calm smile, yet somehow terrifying. Because Shen Yue suddenly realized one horrifying thing. He remembered her perfectly. The atmosphere inside the main hall felt suffocating. Not a single disciple dared breathe loudly in front of Luo Xinghe. The demon sect master calmly sat beside the sect elders as if he owned the place, and somehow, that made him even more terrifying. Meanwhile, Shen Yue desperately tried shrinking into the background. Please don't notice me. Please pretend we never met. Unfortunately, fate ignored her prayers completely. Linro suddenly spoke loudly from nearby. Senior Sister Shen Yue, why are you hiding so far away today? Shen Yue almost cursed internally. Several disciples immediately turned toward her, including Luo Xinghe. Their eyes met for one brief second. And Shen Yue instantly felt cold sweat down her back. Because unlike before, Luo Xinghe no longer looked at her like a stranger. His gaze was calm, focused, dangerously familiar. Then suddenly, he spoke. Shen Yue. The entire hall fell silent. The sect elders froze. The disciples looked shocked. Even Bai Lianhua turned around in surprise. Because everyone could hear it clearly. The demon sect master knew her name personally. Shen Yu's scalp tingled. Slowly she stepped forward. Sect Master Luo, she greeted carefully. Luo Xinghe quietly stared at her for several seconds. Then his gaze moved toward the herbal pouch hanging beside her waist. You still carry medicine everywhere, he said calmly. Shen Yu's eyes widened slightly. He remembered that too. The surrounding disciples looked increasingly confused. What was happening? Why did their conversation sound familiar? Luo Xinghe extended his hand toward her. Come here. The simple words instantly made the atmosphere strange, too natural, too intimate, as if calling someone who already belonged beside him. Shen Yue stiffened. She could feel countless gazes landing on her body now. Shock, curiosity, jealousy. Especially from Bai Lianhua. Shen Yue wanted to refuse desperately, unfortunately. Refusing Luo Xinghe sounded exactly like suicide. So slowly she walked toward him. The moment she stopped beside him, Luo Xinghe casually grabbed her wrist. Natural. Possessive. Like he had done it countless times before. Shen Yu's heartbeat immediately became chaotic. What happened to your hand? Luo Xinghe asked quietly. Shen Yue blinked. Only then did she realize a small cut remained on her finger from preparing herbs earlier. Nothing serious. Luo Xinghe's eyes darkened slightly while staring at the wound. The surrounding disciples became even more stunned. The demon sect master was worried over a tiny injury? Rumors exploded throughout Kingland's sect overnight. The demon sect master held Shen Yu's hand in front of everyone. They definitely know each other. Since when? Lin Ro nearly broke a teacup after hearing the rumors. Meanwhile, Bai Lianhua sat quietly inside the courtyard. Her fingers slowly tightened around her sleeve. At first, she thought Shen Yue had simply changed after becoming kinder lately. But now, even Bai Lianhua could see something unusual. Luo Xinghe's attention remained entirely fixed on Shen Yue. Not once, not even once. Did he properly look at Bai Lianhua herself? And somehow, that made Bai Lianhua feel deeply uncomfortable. Several days later, Qinglin's sect held a banquet to welcome important cultivation sects. The disciples gathered inside the grand hall excitedly, naturally. Luo Xinghe's appearance became everyone's main focus. Powerful, handsome, untouchable. Countless female disciples secretly admired him, including Bai Lianhua, because no matter what, Luo Xinghe was still the most powerful man in the cultivation world. Then suddenly, a disciple accidentally bumped into Shen Yue while carrying hot tea. The cup slipped. Scalding liquid splashed directly onto Shen Yue's wrist. Shen Yue immediately frowned in pain. It was an accident, the disciple began nervously. Before he could finish, the entire hall suddenly became cold. Terrifying pressure exploded outward instantly. Everyone froze. Luo Xinghe slowly stood up from his seat. His crimson eyes looked terrifyingly dark. "Who touched her?" he asked softly. The disciple immediately turned pale. Shen Yu's scalp tingled. "It's fine," she said quickly. It was an accident. But Luo Xinghe ignored everyone else completely. Instead, he walked directly toward Shen Yue, then grabbed her injured wrist gently. The movement itself was careful, but the killing intent surrounding him made everyone shiver. "It's red," Luo Xinghe said quietly while staring at her skin. Shen Yue almost lost composure. Why was he acting like this over such a small burn? Meanwhile, Bai Lianhua silently watched everything. Her expression slowly turned pale. Because she finally realized something. The man who was supposed to love her was already obsessed with someone else. After the banquet incident, the atmosphere around Shen Yue completely changed. No one dared provoke her anymore. Even disciples who once mocked her now avoided eye contact. Because everyone feared one thing: Luo Xinghe. Meanwhile, Shen Yue only felt more anxious. This was bad. Very bad. Everything about the plot was changing too quickly. One evening, Shen Yue quietly walked toward the herb garden to calm herself. Unfortunately, the moment she entered, she immediately sensed familiar demonic energy. Luo Xinghe stood beneath the moonlight beside the flowers calmly, as if he had been waiting for her. "Why are you here again?" Shen Yue asked tiredly. "You sound unhappy to see me," Luo Xinghe replied casually. "Because every time you appear, trouble follows." Luo Xinghe stared at her silently. Then suddenly, he stepped closer. Shen Yue instinctively stepped backward, one step, then another, until her back lightly touched the stone wall behind her. Luo Xinghe stopped directly in front of her, too close. Far too close. "You keep avoiding me," he said quietly. Shen Yue immediately looked away. "I'm not lying again." His voice remained calm, but somehow, that calmness felt more dangerous than anger. Then suddenly, Luo Xinghe raised his hand and lightly held her chin. "Look at me." Shen Yu's breathing instantly became unstable. His fingers were cold against her skin. But his gaze felt far hotter. Slowly, Shen Yue lifted her eyes toward him, and immediately regretted it. Because the look inside Luo Xinghe's crimson eyes no longer resembled simple interest. It looked possessive. Obsessive. "You're afraid of me," Luo Xinghe stated softly. "Yes," Shen Yue admitted honestly. Silence. Then unexpectedly, Luo Xinghe lowered his head slightly closer. "So why?" he asked quietly. "Do I keep wanting you beside me?" Several weeks after meeting Luo Xinghe, Shen Yu's life inside Qinglin's sect became increasingly chaotic. Not because of cultivation, but because of one man. Luo Xinghe? The demon sect master appeared so frequently that even the disciples had stopped being surprised. Unfortunately, another troublesome person soon entered her life. That morning, representatives from various righteous sects arrived at Qinglin's sect for a cultivation exchange gathering. The entire sect became lively. Many famous young cultivators were attending. Among them, one name stood above the rest, Jiu Changfeng, the young sect master of Azure Sword Sect. A cultivation genius famous throughout the cultivation world. Handsome, talented, respected, and unlike many arrogant young masters, surprisingly kind. Shen Yue originally had no intention of interacting with him. Unfortunately, fate had other plans. While gathering herbs near the mountain paths, Shen Yue accidentally slipped on loose stones. The basket in her hands nearly fell down the cliff. Before she could react, a hand suddenly caught it first. Careful. A gentle voice sounded beside her. Shen Yue turned around, then froze slightly. A handsome man dressed in white robes stood beside her. His sword hung quietly at his waist. His expression looked warm and calm, like spring sunlight, completely different from a certain demon sect master. "Thank you," Shen Yue said politely. "You're welcome," Jiu Changfeng replied with a faint smile. For a moment, the atmosphere remained peaceful, comfortable, normal, which was exactly why Shen Yue relaxed slightly. Unfortunately, someone else was watching, from afar. Luo Xinghe stood silently on a distant cliff. His crimson eyes remained fixed on the scene below. Jiu Changfeng smiling at Shen Yue. Shen Yue talking to Jiu Changfeng, standing together, laughing slightly. The longer he watched, the colder his expression became. Meanwhile, neither Shen Yue nor Jiu Changfeng noticed. "Senior sister Shen Yue," Jiu Changfeng said, "I've heard a lot about you lately." Shen Yue immediately felt something bad. "Please don't mention Luo Xinghe." Unfortunately, Jiu Changfeng smiled. "It seems the demon sect master follows you everywhere. Shen Yue nearly died inside." "You've heard that too?" "The entire cultivation world has." "Wonderful. Just wonderful." Then suddenly, the temperature around them dropped. Instantly, both Shen Yue and Jiu Changfeng looked up. A familiar figure slowly descended from the sky, black robes, crimson eyes. Terrifying pressure. Luo Xinghe. The atmosphere immediately became tense. Jiu Changfeng's smile disappeared. Luo Xinghe's gaze landed on him first, then shifted toward Shen Yue, then back toward him again. Silence. Finally, Luo Xinghe spoke. "Who is he?" His voice sounded calm, too calm. Shen Yue immediately felt a headache coming. Because she already knew Luo Xinghe was jealous. And this was only the beginning. After the cultivation exchange gathering, Jiu Changfeng remained in Qinglin's sect longer than expected. At first, Shen Yue thought nothing of it. He was a guest. A young sect master. Of course, the elders would treat him well. Unfortunately, Jiu Changfeng seemed surprisingly interested in talking to her. One afternoon, Shen Yue was arranging medicinal herbs outside the medicine pavilion. "Senior sister Shen." A familiar voice called out. Shen Yue looked up. Jiu Changfeng stood nearby holding several books. His usual gentle smile appeared again. "I found these cultivation records in the library. They might help with herb refinement." Shen Yue blinked. "You brought these for me?" Jiu Changfeng nodded. "I thought you might find them useful." Shen Yue accepted them politely. "Thank you." Neither of them noticed. Several disciples nearby were already staring, because this was now the third time Jiu Changfeng had visited her this week. Unfortunately, someone else noticed too. Far above the pavilion roof, Luo Xinghe silently watched. His crimson eyes remained fixed on Ge Changfeng, cold, unreadable. The more he watched, the darker his expression became. That evening, Luo Xinghe appeared in Shen Yue's courtyard. As usual, without invitation, without warning, without shame. Shen Yue wasn't even surprised anymore. "You entered again." Luo Xinghe ignored that completely. Instead, his gaze landed on the books beside her table. "Who gave you those?" Shen Yue immediately knew where this conversation was heading. Jiu Changfeng. Silence. Angorous silence. Then, Luo Xinghe calmly picked up one of the books. and crushed it into dust. Shen Yue stared. Luo Xinghe stared back. Did you just destroy my book? Yes. Why? I disliked it. Shen Yue nearly threw the teacup at him. Rumors spread quickly through Qinglin's sect. Much faster than Shen Yue expected. The young sect master keeps visiting Shen Yue. Even Jiyu Changfeng likes her. The demon sect master's already obsessed with her. Two geniuses fighting over one woman. The disciples discussed it endlessly. Meanwhile, Bai Lianhua listened quietly. Her expression grew darker each day. At first, her jealousy had focused entirely on Luo Xinghe. But now, even Jiyu Changfeng was paying attention to Shen Yue. And somehow, that hurt even more. Because it felt unfair. Everything felt unfair. It was as though some invisible voice constantly whispered inside her mind. That attention, that admiration, that affection. All of it should have belonged to her, not Shen Yue. Never Shen Yue. Several days later, Bai Lianhua finally found Shen Yue alone. The Erd Valley behind Qinglin's sect was quiet, peaceful. Until Bai Lianhua appeared. Senior sister, Shen Yue immediately sensed trouble. Bai Lianhua. Bai Lianhua stepped forward slowly. Why is it always you? Shen Yue sighed internally. Not this again. I don't know what you're talking about. You do. Bai Lianhua's voice trembled. First, Luo Xinghe, now Jiyu Changfeng. Why does everyone choose you? Shen Yue frowned. Because the truth was, she didn't want either of them. At least not Luo Xinghe. She wanted to survive. That was all. Before Shen Yue could answer, a sword suddenly appeared. Bai Lianhua attacked, this time without warning. Without hesitation, the blade rushed toward Shen Yue instantly. Too fast. Shen Yue barely dodged. The sword sliced across her shoulder. Blood appeared immediately. Bai Lianhua froze. Perhaps realizing too late what she had done. Unfortunately, someone else saw it too. The moment blood appeared, the entire valley became silent. Then a terrifying pressure descended from the sky. Boom. The ground cracked instantly. Trees shattered. The surrounding air became suffocating. Shen Yue immediately knew. Luo Xinghe. Black robes landed before her. Crimson eyes immediately locked onto the blood staining her shoulder. Then toward Bai Lianhua. The temperature seemed to drop several degrees. Bai Lianhua's face turned pale instantly. Because she had never seen such terrifying killing intent before. You injured her. Luo Xinghe's voice sounded calm, too calm. The kind of calm that came before disaster. Bai Lianhua instinctively stepped backward. Luo Xinghe. For the first time, his gaze landed on her properly. Unfortunately, it wasn't the gaze she had dreamed about. There was no affection, no interest, no warmth. Only cold indifference, as though she were already dead. Luo Xinghe slowly raised his hand. Demonic energy gathered around him. The valley trembled violently. Bai Lianhua's face lost all color. She understood immediately. He truly intended to kill her. Then a hand grabbed his sleeve. Stop, Shen Yue. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then slowly, the demonic energy dispersed. Luo Xinghe lowered his hand. Everyone present froze. Because they had just witnessed something impossible. The demon sect master actually listened to someone. That incident spread throughout the cultivation world. Even faster than previous rumors, the story became. Bai Lianhua attacked Shen Yue. Luo Xinghe almost killed Bai Lianhua. Shen Yue stopped him. The entire cultivation world became shocked. Because everyone knew one thing now. Shen Yue had become important. Dangerously important. To Luo Xinghe. Meanwhile, Shen Yue only felt panic. The situation was spiraling out of control. More people knew. More people watched. And Luo Xinghe's obsession kept growing. Which meant one thing. She had to leave. Soon. For 3 entire days. Shen Yue successfully avoided Luo Xinghe. which immediately put the demon sect into panic. Because their sect master became horrifyingly unstable. On the fourth night, Shen Yue opened her room window and nearly screamed. Luo Xinghe was already sitting inside her room silently, waiting. His crimson eyes calmly lifted toward her. Finished hiding? Luo Xinghe asked softly. Shen Yue nearly had a heart attack. Why are you inside my room? You avoided me. That wasn't an answer. Luo Xinghe slowly stood. The room suddenly felt smaller. More dangerous. Don't try to avoid me. His voice remained calm. Because I will always find you. Shen Yue immediately frowned. That's exactly why I'm avoiding you. For the first time, Luo Xinghe looked genuinely confused, as though he couldn't understand why she kept running. And somehow, that frightened Shen Yue even more. After the incident in her room, Shen Yue could no longer convince herself that everything would somehow return to normal. It wouldn't. The more she avoided Luo Xinghe, the more determined he became. The more distance she tried to create, the more relentlessly he closed it. And that terrified her, because she remembered the original story. She remembered the future she was supposed to have. A future where Luo Xinghe eventually lost control. A future where countless people died. A future where she died as well. No matter how much the plot had changed, that possibility still haunted her. So before dawn one morning, Shen Yue quietly left Kinglin's sect, without informing her master, without telling anyone, without leaving a single note behind. She only wanted one thing: distance. The mountain path was silent. Cold morning mist drifted through the trees as Shen Yue continued walking. For the first time in months, she felt slightly relieved. No crimson eyes watching her, no demonic aura following her, no Luo Xinghe. Maybe this would finally work. Then, Shen Yue. A familiar voice called out from behind her. Shen Yue immediately stiffened. For one horrifying second, she thought Luo Xinghe had already found her .n. But when she turned around, she froze. Because the person standing there was Jiyu Changfeng, not Luo Xinghe. Jiyu Changfeng slowly approached her. His white robes moved gently in the morning wind. You really left, Jiyu Changfeng said quietly. Shen Yue released a small breath of relief. You nearly scared me to death, Shen Yue replied. A faint smile appeared on Jiyu Changfeng's face. I apologize, Jiyu Changfeng said. His gaze shifted toward the travel pouch hanging from her shoulder. Running away? Jiyu Changfeng asked. Shen Yue looked away. Something like that, Shen Yue admitted. Neither of them spoke. Then Jiyu Changfeng finally sighed. This is because of Luo Xinghe, isn't it? Jiyu Changfeng asked. Shen Yue laughed bitterly. Is it really that obvious? Shen Yue replied. To anyone paying attention, yes, Jiyu Changfeng answered honestly. The smile disappeared from Shen Yue's face. I don't understand him, Shen Yue admitted quietly. Jiyu Changfeng listened without interrupting. He keeps appearing everywhere. He keeps chasing me. And no matter where I go, he always finds me. Shen Yue lowered her eyes. I don't know what he wants. That was the truth. Even now, she still couldn't understand why everything had changed. Why Luo Xinghe had become obsessed with her. Why she had become the center of his attention. None of it made sense. Jiyu Changfeng watched her silently. Something complicated flashed through his eyes. Then he made a decision. Come with me, Jiyu Changfeng said. Shen Yue looked up. What? Shen Yue asked. Come to Azure Sword Sect, Jiyu Changfeng replied calmly. There are people there who can protect you. Shen Yue blinked. Protect her. Those words sounded almost unreal. Luo Xinghe won't stop searching, Jiyu Changfeng continued. But Azure Sword Sect isn't Kinglin's sect. His voice remained calm and confident. He won't be able to do whatever he wants there. Shen Yue fell silent. Part of her wanted to refuse. Part of her knew involving Jiyu Changfeng was dangerous. But another part, a very tired part, wanted to believe him. Wanted to believe she still had another choice. Finally, Shen Yue nodded. Okay, Shen Yue said softly. Jiyu Changfeng's expression visibly relaxed. Then let's go, Jiyu Changfeng said. Azure Sword Sect was everything Shen Yue expected. powerful, orderly, respected throughout the cultivation world. The moment she arrived, the constant tension she had been carrying began to ease slightly. No one looked at her strangely. No one whispered about Luo Xinghe. No one treated her as some fragile target. For the first time in months, life felt almost normal. Several days passed peacefully. No Luo Xinghe. No demonic aura, no unexpected visits. Nothing. And Shen Yue slowly found herself relaxing. One afternoon, Shen Yue sat beneath a flowering tree overlooking a quiet lake. A cultivation manual rested in her lap. The breeze felt pleasant. The sunlight felt warm, peaceful, normal, something she hadn't experienced in a very long time. Then footsteps approached. Jiu Changfeng appeared carrying 2 cups of tea. "I thought I might find you here," Jiu Changfeng said with a smile. Shen Yue accepted 1 cup. "Thank you," Shen Yue replied. Jiu Changfeng sat beside her. For several minutes, they simply enjoyed the quiet scenery. That evening, inside Azure Sword Sect's main hall, the atmosphere was completely different. Cold, serious, dangerous. Several powerful elders sat around a large table covered with formation maps. At the center of every discussion was a single name. Luo Xinghe. "We only have one chance," one elder said gravely. "If Luo Xinghe escapes, the entire cultivation world will suffer." Another elder nodded. "The formation is almost complete. We simply need to lure him in." The hall fell silent. Then an elder turned toward Jiu Changfeng. "And the girl?" the elder asked. Everyone knew exactly who he meant. Shen Yue. Jiu Changfeng's expression tightened slightly. "She won't be harmed," Jiu Changfeng said firmly. An older elder frowned. "You can't guarantee that," the elder replied. "I will," Jiu Changfeng said coldly. The hall became quiet. Because this was the first time he had openly opposed them. "Changfeng," another elder said slowly. "Don't let personal feelings cloud your judgment." Jiu Changfeng's gaze hardened. But he didn't respond, because the elder wasn't wrong. The problem was, his feelings were already involved. Far more than they should have been. Later that night, Shen Yue stood beside her window looking at the moon. For the first time in months, she felt safe, she felt free, she felt hopeful. Completely unaware that a trap was already being prepared. Several days after arriving at Azure Sword Sect, news began spreading across the cultivation world. At first Shen Yue paid little attention. After all, news about powerful cultivators appeared every day. But then she heard a familiar name. Luo Xinghe. 2 disciples were whispering near the training grounds. "I heard he destroyed another branch of the Black Crow sect. Why?" They refused to answer his questions. "What questions?" The other disciple lowered his voice. "They said he was looking for someone." Shen Yue immediately froze. The disciples continued talking. "Apparently he's been searching everywhere. Several sects have already been questioned. I even heard an elder was seriously injured after lying to him. Just because he wouldn't reveal information." A chill ran down Shen Yue's spine. She didn't need to ask. She already knew who Luo Xinghe was searching for. Her. One afternoon, Shen Yue sat beneath the flowering tree beside the lake, the same place where she often met Jiu Changfeng. Yet today, she couldn't focus on her cultivation manual. Because one thought kept returning, again and again. Why? Why was Luo Xinghe searching so desperately? She wasn't the heroine. She wasn't important. She wasn't special. She was supposed to be cannon fodder, someone insignificant. Someone destined to die early in the story. Footsteps approached. Jiu Changfeng appeared. "You seem troubled," Jiu Changfeng said as he sat beside her. Shen Yue hesitated, then finally asked, "Have you heard the rumors?" Jiu Changfeng's expression changed slightly. "I have," Jiu Changfeng admitted. Shen Yue lowered her gaze. "They're all true, aren't they?" Jiu Changfeng remained silent for a moment, then nodded. "Most of them." The answer only made Shen Yue feel worse. For a long time, neither of them spoke. That night, far away from Azure Sword Sect, black flames engulfed an entire sect. Ancient halls collapsed one after another beneath the sea of dark fire. At the center of the destruction stood a lone figure. Black robes fluttered in the wind. Crimson eyes reflected the burning ruins. Luo Xinghe, an elder, knelt before him. Blood stained the old man's robes. Yet a triumphant smile still remained on his face. "You can kill me," the elder said. "But I won't tell you where Shen Yue is." Luo Xinghe stared at him silently. The elder laughed. "By now the righteous sects have already prepared everything. Once you find her, it will be your grave." For a moment, the only sound was the crackling of flames. Then black fire slowly gathered in Luo Xinghe's palm. The elder's laughter abruptly stopped. "You talk too much," Luo Xinghe said coldly. "Ah, ah, ah." The elder's scream echoed across the mountains. The terrifying fire consumed his body instantly. Flesh, bones, soul, everything. Within seconds nothing remained. Not even ashes. Luo Xinghe lowered his hand. His expression remained unchanged. Because the elder's life meant nothing to him. The burning sect meant nothing to him. Only one thing occupied his thoughts: Shen Yue. Slowly, Luo Xinghe lifted his gaze toward the distant horizon. Then he disappeared into the darkness, continuing his search. After hearing the rumors about Luo Xinghe, Shen Yue found it increasingly difficult to maintain her peace of mind. Everywhere she went, people were talking about him. The demon sect master. The man who was searching half the cultivation world for a single person. Her. At first, Shen Yue tried to ignore it. She told herself it didn't matter. She told herself she was finally safe inside Azure Sword sect. Yet somehow, the uneasy feeling in her chest only grew stronger. A few days later, Shen Yue was walking through one of the inner courtyards when she noticed something strange. Several unfamiliar cultivators were entering the sect. All of them were powerful. Far too powerful to be ordinary guests. Shen Yue sat beneath the flowering tree by the lake. A cultivation manual rested open in her lap. But she hadn't turned a page in nearly an hour. Footsteps approached. Jiyu Changfeng appeared as usual, holding 2 cups of tea. "I thought I might find you here," Jiyu Changfeng said with a faint smile. "You're becoming predictable," Shen Yue replied. Jiyu Changfeng laughed softly, then handed her a cup. For a while neither of them spoke. Eventually Shen Yue broke the silence. "Why are there so many guests lately?" Shen Yue asked. For the briefest moment, Jiyu Changfeng paused. Then he calmly took a sip of tea. "Various sect matters," Jiyu Changfeng answered. Shen Yue frowned slightly. "That many sect matters?" Shen Yue asked. Jiyu Changfeng smiled. "You're overthinking, perhaps." Yet Shen Yue couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. That night the strange feeling returned, stronger than before. Unable to sleep, Shen Yue left her room and wandered through the sect. Moonlight illuminated the stone pathways. The entire mountain seemed quiet. Then she noticed movement. Several elders were heading toward the main hall, not just Azure Sword sect elders. Elders from other sects as well. At this hour, Shen Yue immediately became suspicious. Carefully, she followed from a distance. The elders entered the hall. The doors closed behind them. Shen Yue stopped outside, hidden behind a stone pillar. Voices soon drifted through the slightly opened window. "He'll come, there's no doubt. We only need to wait." Shen Yue's eyes narrowed. Then another voice spoke, a voice she recognized immediately. "Jiyu Changfeng." "The formation must be completed first," Jiyu Changfeng said. "Formation?" Shen Yue's unease deepened. Another elder laughed. "Don't worry. As long as the bait remains here, Luo Xinghe won't stay away forever." Shen Yue froze. Bait? Who were they talking about? Before she could think further, another elder spoke. "Once Luo Xinghe enters the formation, this will finally end." The hall erupted with agreement. Shen Yue slowly felt her heartbeat quicken. A trap. They were preparing a trap for Luo Xinghe, and somehow, Her instincts told her she was connected to it. Very closely connected to it. Inside the hall the discussion continued. But Shen Yue could no longer hear clearly. Because one terrifying thought had already appeared inside her mind. What if the person they called bait was her? And for the first time since arriving at Azure Sword Sect, Shen Yue no longer felt safe. That night, Shen Yue couldn't stop thinking about the conversation she had overheard, the trap, the formation, the mysterious bait. A terrible suspicion slowly grew inside her heart. The next day, she quietly followed several disciples carrying formation flags toward the back mountains. After hours of walking, she finally discovered a hidden valley, and what she saw made her freeze. A massive killing formation covered the entire area. Ancient runes glowed across the ground. Formation pillars towered toward the sky. This wasn't an ordinary formation. It was built to kill someone powerful. Very powerful. Then several elders arrived, along with Jiyu Changfeng. Shen Yue immediately hid. The formation is complete, one elder said. As long as Shen Yue remains here, Luo Xinghe will come. Shen Yue's face instantly paled. So she really was the bait. Another elder laughed. His obsession with her will become his downfall. Then Jiyu Changfeng spoke. Shen Yue must not be harmed. But an elder immediately asked, and if things go wrong? If sacrificing one woman can save the cultivation world, is that not worth it? The valley fell silent. Shen Yue waited for Jiyu Changfeng to reject the idea. Instead, Jiyu Changfeng lowered his gaze and remained silent. That silence told her everything. He cared about her, perhaps even loved her. But if forced to choose, he would always choose the cultivation world first. After the meeting ended, Shen Yue quietly returned to her room. Her heart felt strangely heavy. Then a familiar figure suddenly appeared in her thoughts. Black robes, crimson eyes. Luo Xinghe. For the first time, Shen Yue realized something. If someone asked Luo Xinghe to sacrifice her for the sake of the world, he never would. He would choose her. Every single time. And that realization frightened her more than anything else. Because she could no longer tell whether Luo Xinghe's obsession was her greatest curse, or the only reason she had never truly been abandoned. The morning after discovering the truth, Shen Yue went looking for Jiyu Changfeng. She found him standing alone beside the lake. The same lake where they had shared tea. The same place where she had slowly begun to trust him. When Jiyu Changfeng saw her approaching, his expression immediately changed because he already knew. You heard everything, Jiyu Changfeng said quietly. I was bait, Shen Yue said, not a question, a statement. Jiyu Changfeng lowered his eyes. For the first time since they met, he seemed unable to look directly at her. Shen Yue, did you know from the beginning? Shen Yue interrupted. Silence. That silence was enough. A bitter smile appeared on Shen Yue's face. So it was true. I never wanted you to be harmed, Jiyu Changfeng said immediately. But you still brought me here. I have no choice, he said. Jiyu Changfeng's fists slowly tightened. Shen Yue laughed softly. But there was no amusement in her voice. You did have a choice. Jiyu Changfeng froze. Finally, Jiyu Changfeng exhaled heavily. Luo Xinghe must be stopped, Jiyu Changfeng said. If he continues living, countless people will suffer. And if I suffer? Shen Yue asked. Jiyu Changfeng fell silent. Because he had no answer, or perhaps he did. And neither of them wanted to hear it. Without another word, Shen Yue turned around and left. Shen Yue, Jiyu Changfeng called after her, but she didn't stop. Because there was nothing left to say. After discovering the truth, Shen Yue decided to leave Azure Sword Sect immediately, late that night. She quietly left her room, but before she could leave, several disciples appeared and blocked her way. Moments later, more figures emerged from the darkness. Sect elders, elite disciples, and Jiyu Changfeng. The moment Shen Yue saw them, she understood. They had been watching her all along, So you really won't let me leave? Shen Yue said coldly. The atmosphere became heavy, finally. Jiyu Changfeng stepped forward. Shen Yue, Jiyu Changfeng said softly. Please calm down. A bitter smile appeared on Shen Yu's face. Calm down? Shen Yue repeated. You brought me here to lure him out. Shen Yue said. Jiyu Changfeng's expression darkened. No one wants to hurt you, Jiyu Changfeng said. The arrangements have already been made, Jiyu Changfeng continued. I won't let anything happen to you. His voice became firmer. Trust me, Jiyu Changfeng said. For a brief moment the mountain path became silent. Then Shen Yue slowly shook her head. No, Shen Yue replied. Jiyu Changfeng froze. I've spent months trying to stay away from him. Shen Yue said quietly, trying to avoid him. Trying not to get involved. Shen Yue looked directly into Jiyu Changfeng's eyes. But that's different from using me to kill him. Shen Yue said. I don't want to be with Luo Xinghe, Shen Yue continued. But I don't want to become the reason he dies either. Shen Yue said. For a moment, Jiyu Changfeng couldn't find a response. After saying that, she tried to walk past them. An elder's expression immediately darkened. Enough. The elder waved his hand. Take her away. Several disciples immediately approached. Shen Yue struggled to pull free. Let me go. But nobody listened. Soon after, Shen Yue was escorted to a heavily guarded residence near the Formation Valley. The valley was packed with cultivators. Thousands upon thousands stood beneath the heaven-sealing formation. Spiritual weapons floated in the sky. Ancient artifacts radiated overwhelming pressure. Then the sky cracked apart. A black rift tore through the heavens. A tall figure stepped out. Black robes, golden eyes. Luo Xinghe. The entire valley fell silent. His gaze swept across the crowd. Then immediately stopped on one person. Jiyu Changfeng. Luo Xinghe's eyes narrowed. Where is she? The question echoed throughout the valley. Jiyu Changfeng met his gaze, but he answered calmly. You needn't worry about her. A cold wind swept through the battlefield. Jiyu Changfeng tightened his grip on his sword. You should worry about yourself. Silence. Then Luo Xinghe slowly looked around. Only now did his gaze truly take in the battlefield. The countless cultivators. The hidden killing formations. The ancient treasures. The heaven-sealing formation covering the entire valley. A trap. An enormous trap prepared solely for him. A faint smile appeared on his lips, not fear, not anger. Interesting? His voice was calm. Yet it sent chills through countless cultivators. You've all worked very hard to welcome me. The smile deepened slightly. Then I'll make sure your efforts aren't wasted. Dark flames ignited around him. His golden eyes swept across the valley. Come! A terrifying demonic aura erupted from his body. The sky darkened instantly. The mountains trembled. The battle began. Thousands of attacks surged toward him, flying swords. Divine treasures, ancient techniques. The sky itself disappeared beneath the storm of destruction. Yet Luo Xinghe didn't move. Black flames exploded around him. Everything that touched them vanished. Weapons melted. Techniques disintegrated. Even spiritual energy was devoured. The expressions of countless cultivators changed. This wasn't a battle. It was a nightmare. Luo Xinghe raised one hand. Boom. A wave of demonic power swept across the battlefield. Hundreds of cultivators exploded into blood mist. The shockwave shattered several pillars of the heaven-sealing formation. The valley shook violently. Panic spread. Another step. Another explosion. More cultivators died. More pillars collapsed. No one could stop him. No one could even slow him down. The elders' faces turned pale. If this continued, the formation would collapse completely, and once that happened, everyone would die. One elder finally roared, "Bring Shen Yue here." A few moments later, Shen Yue appeared. A sword was placed gently against her neck. Jiu Changfeng stepped forward. Anger flashed in his eyes. She has done nothing wrong. She is not a hostage. Changfeng, if her life can save the cultivation world, then it is a worthy sacrifice. An editor said. Before he could interfere, two powerful cultivators appeared beside him. One grabbed his left arm, the other seized his right. Jiu Changfeng immediately tried to pull away. Release me. Neither moved. The moment Luo Xinghe saw her, he stopped. The entire battlefield froze. Surrender, an elder stepped forward, or she dies. The atmosphere became deathly silent. Slowly, Luo Xinghe lowered his hand. The demonic aura surrounding him began to fade. The battlefield erupted in disbelief. He had surrendered for Shen Yue. Only for Shen Yue. Golden chains wrapped around Luo Xinghe's body. One after another, the ceiling formation continued to tighten. Streams of spiritual energy crashed into him relentlessly. Blood stained his robes, yet he never struggled. Never resisted, never looked away. His gaze remained fixed on Shen Yue, as though nothing else existed. Stop! Shen Yue's voice trembled. No one listened. Another blast struck Luo Xinghe. Blood spilled from the corner of his lips. The chains dug deeper into his flesh. Still, he remained silent. Tears slowly filled Shen Yue's eyes. She didn't understand. She truly didn't understand. Why would someone go this far? Why would someone surrender everything? Why would someone willingly endure this? For her, the elders continued pouring spiritual energy into the formation. The pressure grew heavier. Luo Xinghe's injuries became more severe. A painful realization slowly spread through Shen Yue's chest. When the world wanted to use her, he stood in front of her. When the world wanted to threaten her, he surrendered for her. When the world wanted to sacrifice her, he chose her. Without hesitation. Every single time. Something inside Shen Yue cracked, for the first time. She no longer wanted to be protected. She wanted to protect him too. Luo Xinghe, her voice broke. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Luo Xinghe, the heavenly sword formation began gathering in the sky. Its terrifying pressure descended upon the entire valley. Everyone understood what was coming, the final strike. The killing blow. No, Shen Yue struggled desperately. Tears streamed down her face. Luo Xinghe! For the first time, Luo Xinghe smiled. A gentle smile. One completely out of place on a battlefield. His golden eyes softened, looking at her the way he always had. Shen Yue. His voice was quiet, calm, as if he were comforting a frightened child. Close your eyes. Shen Yue froze. More tears fell, even now, even at this moment. When he was the one covered in blood. When he was the one about to die. He was still worried about her. Shen Yue shook her head desperately. No. The smile on Luo Xinghe's face never faded. Be good. That single sentence shattered the last barrier in Shen Yue's heart. She burst into tears because she finally understood. This man had truly loved her with everything he had. And she could no longer bear the thought of losing him. The heavenly sword grew brighter. The killing strike was almost ready. Shen Yue looked at him, and suddenly remembered everything. The forest, the days they spent together. Every time he appeared when she was in danger, every time he chose her, again, and again, and again. A bitter laugh escaped her lips. The novel, the plot, the ending she had been trying to avoid, none of it mattered anymore. She was tired of running. Tired of pretending she felt nothing. Tired of pushing him away. The realization struck her with overwhelming clarity. She didn't care what the future held. She didn't care about the original story. She didn't care whether Luo Xinghe was the villain of the world. She only cared about one thing. She didn't want him to die, when the entire world wanted her sacrificed. Luo Xinghe chose her, without hesitation, without regret. Without asking for anything in return. Then this time, she would choose him too. The heavenly sword descended. Heaven and earth shook. At that exact moment, the cultivator restraining her loosened his grip. Just for an instant, Shen Yue moved. She shoved him away. Luo Xinghe, she ran, as fast as she could. Toward the man who had always reached for her, this time, she would reach for him. She no longer wanted to run away. She only wanted to protect him. Shen Yue, two voices rang out at the same time. Luo Xinghe. Jiu Chanfeng. The heavenly sword descended. A streak of divine light capable of destroying even the strongest cultivators. The entire valley trembled beneath its pressure, yet Shen Yue didn't stop. Not for a second. Luo Xinghe's pupils contracted. For the first time since arriving at the valley, genuine panic appeared on his face. Shen Yue. The seals around him shattered violently, one, then another. Then dozens more. In the next instant, he reached her. Without hesitation, he pulled her into his arms. At the same moment, the heavenly sword arrived. Slash, blood splattered into the air. The blade missed its intended target. But a fragment of the heavenly energy tore across Shen Yue's shoulder. A deep wound instantly appeared. Shen Yue gasped. The pain was unlike anything she had ever felt. Her vision blurred, her legs weakened. Shen Yue. Luo Xinghe's voice shook. The world spun. She could barely keep her eyes open. Yet through the haze she saw his face. For once the calm and invincible demon sovereign was gone. He looked afraid. Actually afraid. A strange warmth spread through Shen Yue's chest. So he could make that expression too. Her lips moved weakly. Luo Xinghe. His grip tightened immediately. I'm here. The answer came without hesitation. As though he had been waiting for her to call his name. Shen Yue wanted to say something else. Wanted to tell him not to worry. Wanted to tell him she wasn't afraid anymore. But darkness was already pulling her under. The last thing she felt was Luo Xinghe's hand trembling slightly as he held her. Then she lost consciousness. Luo Xinghe lowered his head. Looking at the unconscious woman in his arms, something inside Luo Xinghe finally broke. The gentle expression vanished. The fear vanished. The grief vanished. What remained was pure killing intent. Slowly he lifted his head. Golden eyes swept across the valley. Every elder, every cultivator, every person responsible. The temperature of the entire battlefield seemed to drop. Then he spoke. His voice was calm, too calm. You wanted me. The elders froze. You got me. Dark energy began pouring from his body. The sky darkened. Mountains shook. Space itself started cracking apart. Boom! The heavens exploded. An endless ocean of demonic energy erupted from his body. The shattered seals instantly disintegrated. The remaining chains turned to dust. The entire heaven-sealing formation collapsed. The elders' expressions changed dramatically. The demonic energy swept across the battlefield like a tsunami. Mountains collapsed. The earth split apart. The sky darkened. Hundreds of cultivators exploded into blood mist before they could even scream. Others were blasted from the sky. Many fell unconscious instantly. Some suffered shattered meridians and broken cultivation. Not even Jiu Changfeng was spared. A violent shockwave struck him directly. Blood burst from his lips as he was thrown across the battlefield, his vision blurred. The last thing he saw was Luo Xinghe standing amidst the collapsing valley with Shen Yue in his arms. Luo Xinghe didn't spare them another glance. Their lives no longer mattered. Nothing mattered. Except Shen Yue. He looked down at her pale face. His expression softened slightly. Hold on. His voice was barely above a whisper. A massive black portal slowly opened behind him. Darkness swirled within it. The entrance to the demon sect. Without hesitation, Luo Xinghe lifted Shen Yue closer against his chest. Then stepped into the portal. The black portal closed, and the demon sovereign vanished, taking Shen Yue with him, leaving behind only ruins, and the lingering terror of his wrath. Darkness slowly faded. Shen Yue's eyelashes trembled. Then she slowly opened her eyes. The first thing she saw was Luo Xinghe. He was sitting beside her bed, watching her, as though he had never left. The moment their eyes met, Luo Xinghe immediately leaned forward. Shen Yue. His voice was low and slightly hoarse. Relief flashed across his face before he could hide it. Shen Yue blinked. For a moment she simply stared at him. Then she noticed it, the exhaustion in his eye. The faint blood stains still staining his sleeve. The fact that he looked as though he hadn't rested for days. "You look terrible," Shen Yue said softly. Luo Xinghe froze, then a faint smile appeared on his lips. "You're the one who almost died," he replied. His hand instinctively reached for hers, as if confirming she was really awake, as if afraid she might disappear again. "Have you been here the whole time?" she asked. Luo Xinghe remained silent. The answer was obvious. A strange warmth spread through her chest. Then Luo Xinghe spoke. "Don't do that again." Shen Yue blinked. "Do what?" Luo Xinghe looked at her, his expression unusually serious. "Running toward me? The heavenly sword was meant for me." His voice remained calm. But Shen Yue could hear something beneath it. Something dangerously close to fear. "You should have stayed back and watched you die?" Luo Xinghe froze. The room fell silent. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then Shen Yue lowered her gaze. "I couldn't." 3 simple words. Yet they seemed to strike Luo Xinghe harder than any weapon ever could. His fingers tightened slightly around hers. But he said nothing. After a while, Shen Yue broke the silence. "Were they the ones who injured you in the forest?" Luo Xinghe nodded. "Most of them." His gaze drifted toward the window. "They wanted me to join them. I refused. To conquer the southern sects. They invited me to a banquet." For a moment, Luo Xinghe seemed lost in the memory. "For 3 days, they treated me like an honored guest. On the 4th night, they poisoned the wine." Shen Yu's heart tightened. "The poison weakened my cultivation. By the time I realized it, the ambush had already begun." Shen Yue suddenly remembered the man she had found in the forest, covered in blood, alone, abandoned, not a monster, not a demon sovereign, just someone who had been betrayed. "Why do they want you dead so badly?" Shen Yue asked quietly. Luo Xinghe looked at her. "Because I don't obey them." His golden eyes remained calm. "And people fear what they cannot control." Silence. Then Shen Yue asked the question that had remained in her heart for so long. "Why me?" A long silence followed. Finally, he laughed softly. A bitter laugh. "I don't know." Shen Yue waited. Luo Xinghe lowered his eyes. "Maybe because I was selfish." His voice was calm, honest. "I knew you were afraid of me. I knew you wanted to stay away. I knew that if I let go," a faint smile touched his lips, "you would leave." Shen Yu's heart trembled. "Maybe I should have let you go." His gaze dropped to their joined hands. "You would have been safer. You wouldn't have gotten hurt. You wouldn't have almost died." For the first time, uncertainty appeared in the eyes of the demon sovereign. "But every time I thought about letting you go," his voice became quieter, "I couldn't." The room fell silent. Shen Yue looked at him, at the man who had chosen her again and again, even when the entire world stood against him. A warmth spread through her chest. No more novels, no more fate, no more running. A small smile appeared on her lips. "Then don't." Luo Xinghe froze. His eyes immediately lifted toward hers, as though he couldn't believe what he had heard. Shen Yue squeezed his hand gently. This time she didn't look away. "Then don't let me go." For a moment, Luo Xinghe simply stared at her, speechless. Then, slowly, a genuine smile appeared on his face. The kind of smile no one else in the world had ever seen. He reached up and gently brushed a strand of hair behind her ear. "Shen Yue." His voice was softer than ever before. Then he slowly leaned closer. Shen Yu's heartbeat quickened. Yet she didn't move away, not this time. Neither of them did. Outside the window, moonlight quietly filled the room. And for the first time since they met, neither of them tried to leave.